What's good? We out here. What's good? We in here. About to get some boxing talk. See what y'all talking about today. Babe. Hey, how big is these pillow covers you bought for this joint in here? Come here real quick. Yo, where y'all at? What y'all talking about? What's good with the fam? What is goody? What's good with the fam? We got Memphis up in here. Microphone is definitely up. Just getting in. We just getting in. What y'all want to argue about today? I know y'all like to argue. I know y'all like to argue. What y'all want to argue about? Hey, babe. No, I can't. It's real quick. My bad from screaming. Yeah, I gotta get more shit though. Babe, Jesus. It's real quick. What size is these throw pillows?
I don't know.
You think 18 by 18 to fit, or that's too small?
It's either 16 by 16 or 18 by 18. Get a fucking ruler and measure it, babe.
I did, but it looked like it's different sizes and shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, so what's good, man? Yeah, you right. Not argue, discuss. 18?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a simple rule. Come on, Zoe. Let's go, Zoe. We're not watching.
Whoa. They're saying Floyd to beat who? Chavez Sr. beat Floyd? Nah, he wouldn't. He was a good fighter, though, but he wouldn't. If he wouldn't, because Chavez, Pernell Whitaker was on his brains, touching that man's skull up. You feel me? Pernell was on his top. Pause. Definitely want to pause that. You know what I mean? Anybody disagree with that? Anybody disagree? Floyd Mayweather was a bad mammo jammo. Floyd Mayweather was a bad mammo jammo. How y'all think Floyd stopped cuz? How y'all think he are doing? You think he is stopping? What y'all think he'll do to cuz? Think he is stopping? Oh, you right. Floyd would have stopped him. You're right. I can't even argue with that. Yeah, when you come with those type of facts, there's nothing to really be arguing, brother. He definitely would have stopped him because back then Floyd was stopping everybody at that weights, and if you was in there with Floyd thinking you was getting some work, he was probably gonna stop you. So I'm gonna go with Floyd. Oh, that one ain't on Prime. I can't get it. You know how you just be on Amazon ordering shit? I'm trying to get my room all the way together for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ordering me some my little people. What's going on? I got a little bit going on up in there. Parliament, Ohio players. You know what I mean? Little Travis. Let me see, Brian. I think he would let Chavez tire himself out. Floyd didn't stop Castillo, but Castillo was bigger than Floyd. He came up. But Floyd at 130 or 135, I think he would have beat Chavez because Chavez was as big as Castillo. I don't think he was. I think Castillo was kind of big. At least when he fought Floyd, he looked like a good size. You know what I'm saying? You gotta peep that. Who is James? James, I'll stop you, blood. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. With these, no, you know what? Let's talk about these welterweights, blood. What's up with these welters? Man, they keep asking, man, why does it keep doing that? You gotta not wait on them, but you gotta time them. You keep your hands up good and don't try to be too confident, because they gonna hit you. So what you want to do is you keep your hands up and you be working and you catch them unless you ultra slick. So for example, everybody would consider Amir Khan fast. So when I was sparring Amir and I wasn't as fun to. My defense was more like Adrian Broner's, but what was more refined. Like I could slip you. I was kind of like Pernell Whitaker. I could just be slipping and turning and spinning on niggas. So knee gusses. So what I'm saying is, you could do it that way, but that way they still gonna be getting off on you sometimes. The easiest way to do it and to conserve the most punches. You don't want to be slipping a lot because they will use the speed to overwhelm you. Once you get hit with one shot, you can be like, I'm looking stupid and doing all this. You want to stay right here. If anything, you go to the high guard, because usually people who throw fast punches don't place their punches. You know what I mean? So when you right here working, you keep your hands right here when you're not punching. When you go to punching, you catch them up here, just right there. And then you start coming up off that. So you start seeing what combinations they throwing. If they throw a couple jabs, you just be going, whop, whop. You try to throw in between them and cover up and chill. Not cover up and go like this, but just put your hands up and catch, deflect their punches. Now, when you get their timing together on how many they throwing at one time, or if they're not moving their head while they throwing their punches, then you have the counter ready already in your mind. So you invoke them with a jab. You throw a jab out. Usually a fast person gonna try to time you and put some fast shit together off the jab. So once you throw the jab out, they're gonna come right back. You just start catching their punches, pop, 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 and then swing a hook and just drop. No, you know what? Drop down and go to their body. Time them to the body first, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to people's guts first. So you catch their punches. You invoke them with a jab. You wanna antagonize them. That's what the jab is for on a fast person. You just kind of flicking it, stand back, you know, they punches, and then when you catching they punches, what you want to do is you drop down and go to the gut. You time them. So you right here. You antagonize people. Is they leery. They not like they used to getting hit, but they haven't coped with getting hit, and they've been hit hard. So where we at? He says prime. Hold on, yo, Troy. Are you okay? That's on the southpaw. You definitely, because I'm a southpaw. No, Brian, listen. Come to Oakland. Come to my gym. Spar me for like a month. And then that's the only reason why. It's a very small detail, but on the top level, those details matter. On the top level. That's what I'm just saying. On the top level, those things matter. Hey, can y'all hear me all right? How's the volume with the mic? He will stop all the other fighters. Some of them other ones, I don't think he'll stop. Sean Porter would be hard to stop. Arrow will be hard to stop, but I think the weight cut of hurt him. Because Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, if we talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, we going 15 rounds. Yeah, some people do got the win to go 15, but can they go 15? No, what is Sugar Ray Leonard? That's the thing with Sugar Ray Leonard. That makes all the difference. See, it depends on who you win there with. Hold on, we about to add. I'm about to talk to Bud about it right now. Hey Bud, blood, we on the podcast right now. You see, I got the mic. We was talking about. They said Sugar Ray Leonard to stop every welterweight. I told him he wouldn't stop you because I edged him to beat you, but that's only because of how slick you are on the inside. And that's a small detail. And you know, these niggas don't understand that type of boxing. But I think Sugar Ray just got you by a one notch of slickness on the inside. On the inside only. But every other thing, you and Sugar Ray Leonard is damn near equal, except for, well, no, I'm gonna have to say speed because you could be fast when you want to. You know, and y'all about to probably the same size, if not, you a little bit bigger than Sugar Ray. So let me know what you think, blood. Hey, blood, we on the pop. Yeah, I just sent that DM to Bud. I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna see what he think. If he feel what I'm saying. I really just think, like, I can't wait till this boxing get back going, because that's when y'all gonna be on these lives. But I appreciate y'all who in here right now, because we getting this. This bitch about to be turned. It's about to be turned. Don't let me break out that big daddy bone. Yeah, blood. We gonna have guests on the couch. I'm about to change my YouTube settings. Sugar was a big welterweight and he was stopping cats. But Terrence is pretty big, bro. Pause. Definitely pause that. Terrence is pretty big, but he's pretty big. He's not a small guy. You know what I mean? He's not by far. I took a picture with him on my gram. He taller than 5'8" for real. And that's what y'all don't be really seeing for real. So it be, man, y'all gotta kind of pay attention to that. He's a nice size welterweight. Pause. So that's something that y'all gotta understand. My bad. I'm on a Then I got 2 live streams going. That's stupid. But anyway, I need to go to my. Hey, what are y'all? What else? What y'all talking about? Hold on. What's up with my guy? Where we at? I'm trying to change this thing because when y'all be saying certain things or cuss words or something, man, it be like saying like show the comment, and I'm gonna let y'all say what y'all want to a certain extent. Says, what do you think about the LDBC? I don't know, bro. I don't think nothing about him. I don't know. I never thought about him. This is KUERNO the CHIVOs. I hope they some good brothers, man. Listen, if you don't hear like my channel, we not doing like clown shit, and just excuse my language, but zero amen. That's where we stand. We not on here to do no sack chasing or what y'all be calling it. We not on that, bro. So if you on here asking me little questions, I'm smarter than that. I just want you to know that I have a top level intelligence, a genius intelligence, a genius level intelligence, bro. So if you on here just asking me silly questions, I'm gonna read the question and I'm gonna read on how you asking me, which on I don't even know you, but I ain't got nothing to say about nobody because this ain't a chatty patty chatty or whatever you want to say that nigga Dame was saying channel. It said 415 boxing. The benefits I see. It says we're gonna answer this question real quick. 415 boxing. What benefits and negatives do you see with the so-called Mayweather mitts? Man, the thing is with the benefits and the negatives, it just depends on how you teach. Everything has to be approached with knowledge and balance. And when you do it with that way, you'll see negatives and positives. Everybody can't do the Floyd mitts, but sometimes it can help somebody. Can you do the Floyd mitts primarily every time you do the mitts? Yes, but then you also have to do the same type of fundamental mitts too. You know what I mean? So you got to just have everything with balance, man. Listen, I used to do the Floyd mitts all day. I'm sure if people seen them on my channel. I used to do them with my man Jairo Escobar. You know what I mean? We was all up in Mexico showing out, blood. We was really doing our thing, blood. All up in the camps with Amir Khan. Like me and my man Jairo, when I rock with you, I'm gonna take you everywhere I go, especially if I see that you work hard, because I know that you're gonna come in there and you gonna, not to say that anybody gonna be nervous, but I know you're gonna be on your shit because you like, oh shit, there's some real people up in here. Okay. It's almost you're gonna be kind of shy to do it, but since I'm not shy, I'm gonna force you. And then I'm gonna put you in that situation, and that's gonna break you out of the shell. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to do it, but you're gonna feel comfortable because after I get out the ring of doing what I'm doing, you're gonna be like, oh well shit, what they gonna say? Troy doing his thing. So man, the negative and the positives, there are none. It's how you look at it. Then you can make it negative and you can make it positive. You have to approach all types of mitt work and tutelage with balance and knowledge. So you once you look at the negative and the positives in it, you know how to teach it and who to teach it to, and when it's time to work them type of mitts, and when it's time to work. Trying to trick me. I knew who that was when I did it, but it could be him and it could not. But we got Sugar Ray Leonard stop slick ass defensive. He did stop Rafael Benitez. No, it was Benitez, not Gomez, bro. See, I want to take a drink, but these niggas in here saying the wrong names. His name is Rafael Benitez, bro, not Gomez. All right, you got to know that. These glasses is swagged out. All right. Secondly, he did stop him, but Sugar Ray Leonard was still bigger than Rafael Benitez. And Terrence Crawford is bigger than Rafael. And even though Benitez, rest his soul, he was one of the greatest because he was beating grown men, but Terrence Crawford is also going to be one of the greatest. So, I mean, I think he was stopped and I'm not. So, you know, when you get on here, just know I got bars. That's why this is boxing bars. And when I come back and be teaching the next civilization, they used to be called scriptures. I'm gonna be like, well, in this one they call bars, my G. They're gonna be called bars, and you're gonna be getting them. Cause once you lock into these bars, you go, oh, sir, Troy, 415 boxing, good looking. Amir is a glass chin. I don't think he got a glass chin, blood. Like, hold on. Let's go back up to some questions. Good answer, bro. Where do you rank Mark Breland amongst welterweights history? I have to look at his box rec and who he fought, but Mark Breland was a great welterweight. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say he was doo-doo or nothing like that. Mark Breland was really good. He was a really good pro. You know what I mean? Really good pro. And I watch a lot of him. I watch Mark Breland and Tommy Hearns sparring on YouTube, but it's some good work for the clips they are showing. And he was in there. Yes, Mark Breland was in there sparring Tommy Hearns, bro. And it's some good ass work. And Tommy Hearns did clip him with a right hand, but it's Tommy Hearns. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they sparring. And once he walked it off, he came back. He was still working, but Tommy Hearns was definitely a hard puncher, and he was definitely, you know, on that at that time, he was probably a little bit better than Mark Breland, or a little bit more experienced, as I should say. Um, where we at? Where we at? But Mark Breland was definitely good. Chatty Patty. Oh yeah, it is Chatty Patty. Amir Khan is a glass chin bum. I can't say that, blood. I can't. He's a two-time world champion. Um, he was a silver medalist as an Olympian. He's put on some great fights. Now, this is what you got to understand, man, about glass chins. Which I don't think the questions on here so quick, so I can answer. So I can answer everything. You know what I mean, real quick. Let me see. I don't think he got a glass chin because, listen, let me explain to you what a glass chin is. Because I know y'all be hearing saying people don't have no chins. But you got, it's different. A glass chin was if somebody hit a mirror, he's going to sleep. To sleep. Not get knocked down and drunk. No, my G, to sleep. That's glass. Soon as you hit it, it breaks. That's sleep. Like, y'all gotta watch what y'all be saying about these people, bro. Because y'all using terminology that y'all don't know nothing about. For real. And I don't mean that in any malicious way. I'm just saying, you can't just be saying certain people be going to sleep and all of that. Like, you got to know how to say it. So what I'm saying is, he's taking some hard shots. And the way it is Amir Khan doesn't take a good shot from a hard puncher. You got to understand that, because all the people that have hurt Amir Khan, he's been hurt by people who've actually been good punchers. Bradis Prescott, Maidana, Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? Those are good punch up. Yeah, he be getting up and he be trying to get his work. You know what I mean? That's different. That's not a glass chin. I mean, he doesn't take a good shot from a hard puncher. And don't nobody do that for real, except the elites. You know what I mean? Let me see where we at. Yeah, he definitely, no, he was at, I think it was 16 or 17. Benitez. Yeah, he had them real bars. Oh, thank Eric Henderson. Hey, bro, I really appreciate you. You know, I think they had to do that because of the laws they passed in California where people can be independent contractors. They're making it to where you have to be on payroll. Because I've been trying to get this super chat thing going for a minute now, and they was just, they wasn't getting me going, and then all of a sudden, bam, they just hit me on September. But then I had to, they sent me the code and did all that stuff you have to do, but I didn't get the code because then I moved, and then so now I have resent them out for another code so I can get my joints going, because they was already paying me the dough. And listen, this channel is gonna be the latest channel, bro. I'm putting it on everything because I love to do this shit. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be like asking for it's not like, it's nothing wrong with taking a donation, but what I want to do with my own cash is go on different trips, get in these gyms, spar some of these nigusses, spar some of these fighters, talk to y'all, talk to them about sparring, about critiquing boxing, technical skill. I'm here to enlighten on a boxing skill. And watch when I do it, y'all gonna be thinking I'm planning to be going to Philly, because I'm heavy in Philly. I fuck with Philly tough. Them is my bros, my achis. You know what I'm saying? You got to use that when you're talking. That's African first. You got to use the guttural. You got to use that. It sends a good vibration. I want to get with them, man. Go up in New York and Mendez Boxing. I've been up through there. Get with Virgil Hunter. Talk to them about technical boxing, bro, to really enlighten y'all's brains about boxing, because I know how y'all think it go, but it don't go nothing how it go for real, bro. This shit is way different. The business, everything is just different, bro. And that's the part that I be knowing. You know what I mean? And I know the technical aspect of actually getting in there, getting some work. I think it's Judy, might be my mama. Who Judy is this? No, this is Judy Lou. Oh, okay. That's my homie right there. Shout out to Judy Lou. She come to Hit Fit where I be training. My auntie. She be in there working out. She love to take my class because I be really giving out real boxing, and she actually sharp. Let me see what we got. Who we got? Where we been into the world champ. I want to shout out to Eric Henderson. What do you think about Canelo versus Charlo? If you haven't answered that yet, Canelo, I don't want to see that because, man, I want to explain to y'all something, and this is nothing against my man Charlo. I'm not watching his pockets, nothing like that. I want to state this so y'all can understand what I'm talking about, and then when they see the video, they'll know what I'm talking about if they ever come across the video. If skills pay the bills, even though Charlo has beaten some guys, he's gonna have to beat like a Boo Boo. And we keeping it 100, blood. We not on here to play and act like some of these fighters that then been 2-time world champions and all of that and been Olympians. So like okay, put it like this: if you've been a champion before and then another guy was a champion, then you have to say, all right, well, what about the amateur background? What dude was an Olympian and he wasn't? Well, then he kind of over him then, because he's taken it farther on both levels. You have to understand that. You know, when they got them type of accolades and type of experience, you have to understand that it's about experience. Sometimes it's not about experience, but those are for special cases when they cultivate a fighter the correct way. But I'm saying to say, so so if I'm saying skills pay the bills, Canelo is the highest paid boxer because he has the highest skill set. Okay, like he can do things like go up and beat a older or more worn down Kovalev. A lot of middleweights that y'all name couldn't beat Kovalev, bro. Whether you think they could or not, they could not beat a Sergey Kovalev, bro. Because if they would, that mean they could beat Yard, and they can't beat Yard, bud, because he too fucking big. So we on here to keep shit real. We talking about boxing for real boxing where you can die in there. So I'm saying that to say he not ready for a Canelo yet. He has to also fight like some boo-boos, some he has to fight some Danny Jacobs, Sergey Derevyanchenko. He has to Derevyanchenko. He has to fight some of these guys first before he actually gets to the forefront, whether he's been a champion or not, because those guys are very, very proven. They're either Olympians, and then it's a lot of money involved in this thing. So before you just jump out the window, they not about to invest in all of this money to put forth promotion. Y'all traveling all over for promotion, pay-per-view, because it's gonna be on pay-per-view for you to get your ass out there and get stopped in one round. And I'm not saying Charlo will get stopped in one round, but I'm just factoring all the shit that how the promoters be thinking. It's not just about boxing anymore. When it's just boxing, once it got to the level it is now, before you exchange fists to cuffs, that bread must be in them accounts. So you got to understand that shit. Like, this ain't no game. And then even after you get your bread, it's a possibility you could get hurt bad enough. So this shit ain't no game like that. So y'all got to know that before y'all just be on here thinking somebody could just get in there with somebody else, because this game you can get hurt. You know what I mean? So Charlo is good. He's a good fighter, but he's not elite yet. It's gonna take him a couple more steps. and then we'll see. Then when they on an even playing field, then we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, Canelo is about to fight a super middleweight, or I mean, I don't want to see him fight Golovkin again, but he about to fight. He about to fight one of them real super middleweights, bro. You know what I mean? So let me see. Let's go to another question. It says, what do you think of? Okay. It says, what current boxer is your boxing style similar to? James Jackson. My boxing style ain't similar to nobody's because I want to fight like I want to be able to fight like every type of boxer. So I can whatever style you fight in, I watch so much boxing, in my head, I'm gonna say, oh, whoever fought like this in this fashion with this type of defense and these type of tactics beat that beat, even though I can fight like Frazier the whole time and know how to actually fight in that technical fashion. The way he leap in with the hook, or the way he move, and the way he stay inside, and the little tactics that he did do, or any type of pressure fighter, I think about how they fight, and I implement those styles against a guy who boxes in my style. Little tactics that they use, cutting off the ring, holding the ropes, grabbing them, pulling their head down, holding and punching. You know what I mean? Ducking under like Sean Porter, quick. You know, it's just different shit. You got to be able to do everything in boxing. You can't be a one-trick pony or one-dimensional. You know what I mean? So I be coming with all different type of styles, and for people who spar me, I can give them all different type of looks. That's why I'm the best work. That's why, and now that's why they pay me, but then they stop paying me because I be getting kicked out. Because I'm good work, but I'm good work to really see. It says Amir is an Olympian, silver medalist, and a world champion. No bum. There, respect, chin, maybe. Yeah, real talk. What do you think of the state of the USA amateur program? I think that off because you got to teach defense, because with the boxing like this is when boxing was the best when the amateurs wasn't wearing headgears, because it don't matter how you fought, you had to have defense, because when you take that headgear off, you got to be moving your dome piece. You got to move your dome piece. So then the headgear got to come off, so the real craftsmanship of boxing can be shown at its highest level, and that's the pro level with the headgear off. You know what I'm saying? And when you take you got to think about Ali was with the headgear off, and I was the best when the headgear was off, because it don't matter what, if you have the Russian style, the Mexican style, the Cuban style, you had to move your dome. You had to, because if you didn't, even in the amateurs, it'll come off. You can get head butted, and that teaches the craft of boxing, teaching you how to keep your hands in certain positions when you go and get close to somebody, or when you're trying to score without getting hit and people is kind of throwing wild. That keep you to learn to keep their hands up and block with your hand open and catch and punch it. It's so much to boxing that y'all don't see, because people don't do the craftsmanship of how they should do it anymore. But when you watch old school boxing, the thumb, but you still got to know how to maneuver. You got to know how to open your hand and close it in the glove. And you got to know how to catch the punches a certain way. But then with unattached thumb, they kind of could poke you in the eye, because some people are slapping it, doing like that. So then to make it safer, but you still got to know how to have the right kind of gloves so where you can maneuver your hand. You know what I mean? You want to be able to open and close your hand up so that you can catch the punches. Everybody knows that. So I think what amateur boxing should get back to is no headgears, and that would teach more of the craftsmanship of boxing. Says Philly in here. What's up? What's up with Philly, baby? You know I fuck with my ox. He said, what do you think about John Pascal? He handing out L's. Hey, listen. These is two people I want to give shout outs to. Because I know if y'all paid attention to me back when I was on Boxing Ego and back in the day and we was doing all them videos, I would be lightweight dogging people. But the thing is, I need to see. I'm not a regular fan of a fighter. I'm a fan of boxing and the craftsmanship of boxing. So you could be what's so-called a bum, but if I see craftsmanship in your loss, I'd be like, man, I don't care what you say. He's sweet. He's sweet because even he getting hit, but he's just not throwing back. But I'm still learning certain moves. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that to say. Hold on, make sure. John Pascal is still out here doing his work. He's taking losses and he's not letting that affect him, the longevity of his career. He going back to the drawing board, taking the right fights, getting in there, buzzing packs. That's why young niggas is like Marcus Brown, man. Listen, blood, you got to. Hey, Eric Henderson, blood. Thanks for the donation. 360 of knowledge for inside and out the ring. Hey, bro, I know what you're talking about, so chill out. But hey, you do have to have a circle of knowledge. Shout out to the Kufi wearers out here. 360 degrees of knowledge, bro. I'm in it. Gotta have, and on my channel, you got to be able to validate things, and that's what you got to be able to validate things with mathematics, which is geometry, algebra, and arithmetic, human anatomy and biology, and universal language, which is the language of the stars. It's not music, it's not math. It's part of math and it's part of biology and human anatomy, but it's universal. It's up there. You know what I mean? And when you can validate things on those levels, then it's true. It's fact. It's fact. If you can't validate it on all those levels, it's not fact. If it doesn't apply to those things, it's actually not fact. Now that's real, actual facts. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows just donated me some cash and that's numbers. So we walking off that. Let me go back. Control mine. So even when my emotions come, I still feel good. Chocolatito, bro. Chocolatito beat a man's task. Dog broke a man down. That's the thing. These young guys, bro. Marcus Brown, the Olympian, lost against Chocolatito. I forgot his name, and that's my fault. And I'm gonna get his name again. Bro, you have to fight your fight. You can't get in there thinking you could do better than what somebody's doing naturally, and that's stay on the inside and let your hands go with Chocolatito because he's kind of like Lomachenko. Listen to what I'm saying. You have to really listen when you get on here. You can't just be talking because I really know what I'm talking about. Chocolatito in that fight reminded me of Lomachenko because he'll let his hands go. Pop, 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 and then he'll cut an angle and turn, but he wasn't really moving his head, but he was using his feet to get an angle and he getting on the side of dude and coming up with, and then coming on the other side and coming up. And Lomachenko does the same thing in a slightly different fashion because he throws a lot of head punches. You know what I mean? And when you cut the angle with Lomachenko, he don't have no angle. So you know what I mean? But with Chocolatito, he do it right there in front of you, and he's good at doubling up with the same hand. Pow, 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 pow. And he just kept working dude, and dude didn't want to move his head and back up. He wanted that. He thought that Chocolatito was done, and he wasn't. And when you try to fight a more experienced fighter in that fashion, he will bust your ass, blood. Pause. And the thing is, with Chocolatito, dude did the wrong fight, and Chocolatito, after he took his losses to Rungvisai, could have just bowed out and been like, I'm done. No, but what I like about Chocolatito and made me a fan is because all he gave his praises to was God, blood. Everything he said, I did this to show the children, to show everybody if you kept your faith on God, and that's all he wanted to say, and that's everything he said. You know what I mean? And that's how you got to look at it, blood. Because look where we at now, for real. Niggas can't even do nothing. You in the house. It's over with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, and that's what made me like, damn. And then he busted dude down, dog. He broke him down so bad. Like, I was like, damn, he going to stop him. And I was like, man, he going to stop him. And he stopped him. Dude wasn't prepared for that type of work, though. And that's the thing. You can't just get in there with a fighter and think you could just do what you want to do with somebody with that type of experience. He gonna bust your pack. Pause. So where we at? It says just straight up boxing wise, Charlo fundamentals are not Canelo level. Yeah, because fundamentals of boxing is different from what you guys think fundamentals is. You think fundamentals is just 1, 2, knowing how to deal it. It's fundamentals is knowing how to catch punches, and that is that's a good analogy because fundamentals is knowing how to do everything, bro. Everything, because boxing requires every type of fundamental skill, which means everything. That means catching punches with your elbow, catching punches with your shoulders, slipping, holding, knowing how to do slightly crafty things like hitting the hips, going to the kidneys, pulling the head down. All of those things are part of the craftsmanship of breaking down another fighter, but not going to the private area, not hitting behind the head. Those things are dirty. That can ruin the life of a fighter outside of boxing. So we don't do those things, but we do crafty things to get advantages. But we don't put our hands in the wrist part of the glove like Tyson Fury was doing, because that could hurt a man outside of boxing. You learn how to neutralize the power by moving your head, rolling with the punches, and then tying him up and putting your weight on him, not making your gloves do all how he was doing. You know what I mean? Those are the fighting. And on that level, no, Charlo is not on that level. And that's what I'm saying. Skills pay the bills. He got to learn more of the craftsmanship of boxing, not just the bruteness of boxing. And that's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at people box, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all what I'm studying when I'm watching a fighter box. I'm looking to see if they're doing what Marciano did, if they dealing with Sugar Ray Robinson did, not in the style that they did it, and the craftiness of what they're doing, not the actual how they doing the style of punch. Catching punches, is they deflecting punches? Can they roll with their shoulder? Do they know how to shoe shine? Like, I'm looking for all of that, bro, because all of that has to do with boxing. And if you're not doing that, then you're not on that level, because those guys were champions on if you're doing what Roberto Duran doing, Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard had so many good fights. They fought 3 times, and even though Sugar Ray Leonard was better and did better and beat him, but Roberto Duran was always gonna give any type of good fighter problems because he had all the craftsmanship of boxing. He know how to get dirty. He know how to catch punches. He know how to dig down deep. He know how to go to the guts. He know how to roll punches. He know how to weather the storm. Like, those things that I'm looking at when I see fighters today, they're not doing the same type of shit, bro. So no, that I can't be riding with them. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all for years. For years, my brethren. It says, no, they not. Charlo need to beat somebody more notable. I'm sure he beats Eubank Jr. That's a good fight. Best skill boxer today. Best skill boxer today. It just depends, blood. You got so many different types of skill. We'll start from heavyweight. And some of these people I'm gonna put in a respective weight class, even if they moved up. Heavyweight skill, I'm gonna go with Ortiz, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder. Listen, before you even open your damn mouth, Deontay Wilder is known as a knockout artist. When you put an IST, that makes them a specialist at what they do. Because I'm here to break your bars down. I'm here to break bars. I only got bars. If you're a knockout artist, that means your artistry of knocking out is at the highest level. That's a skill. Because there's a lot of hard punchers who don't knock people out. So listen, you have to listen. Then Cruiser, Usyk, a different cruisers, light heavyweight. Who at the top of the light heavyweight? Better Beef, it's a lot, but it's just different skills. But Canelo is the most skilled pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, those type of guys, the guys who on a pound for pound list, because pound for pound means who you're fighting and the way you fight. You could beat somebody in any respective weight class. So the way Terrence Crawford fight now, if he was a heavyweight, could he beat the fighters? Yes, he could. You know what I mean? That's how they do pound for pound. It's who you're fighting on top of your skill set. All right, let's keep going. George Foreman would catch the punches and deflect. Yeah, George Foreman had other good skill. What you think of Tank needs to do to become a pay-per-view star? All right, we're going to talk about Tank. You know what I mean? Because that's one of my faves. And I'm harder on my favorites. Y'all got to know that. And I'm harder on them too because they got the gift. The gift, blood. They got the gift of carbon. They got the gift of carbon. So when you got the gift of carbon, I gotta be hard on you. Tank could be a pay-per-view star when he get on a vegan diet. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds retarded or whatever. I'm sorry to say that word for all my peoples who got mental disabilities and physical disabilities. But that's just how people with carbon talk. It's just vernacular. Listen, man. The reason why I say that is because, and we on here to talk bars. Let me get to the mic. Pause. 1 2 1 2. The reason why I say Tank will become a pay-per-view star and be on the level of a Floyd Mayweather and when he gets on a vegan diet is because to be a vegan takes discipline of your person and yourself. Because when everybody else, okay, if boxing is the hardest sport, then you need to be on the hardest diet. And a vegan diet is the hardest diet because you can't just eat out every day. You have to watch everything you cooking and everything you putting into your body because a vegan doesn't eat anything from an animal. When you have to study on how to get herbs and how to make sure you're getting the right proteins in your body, the right digestible proteins, not high concentrated proteins and fats that are hard to digest for a human and for certain humans depending on the carbon in their skin. Secondly, discipline is the best form of self-love. Through being a vegan, you're just going to automatically, your attitude and the way you receive and give information and your energies are going to change. The people you hang around is going to change. By way of your body is going to change. You're going to be in a completely whole different space. You're going to be ripped up. You just not, no, I just can't be doing that, bro. I can't be drinking and being a vegan. It don't work like that. I can't be drinking alcohol. You know what I mean? Everything gonna change. And that's why I say that, because when you gotta watch it, when you gotta watch about what you put in your mouth, because you gotta eat to live. So every time you go to live, you're watching everything. Soon as you pick up something, you like, listen, the creator don't like nothing more than paying attention to God, which is you, because you made in his likeness. So when you will pay attention to yourself, which is your spiritual, and you will pay attention to your person, that uplifts yourself. So when you get on your vegan shit, blood, you get better, bro. I'm telling you. I've got everything I attained in these little couple of years by studying and becoming a vegan, bro. I swear. I start treating, listen, if everybody know what karma is, and karma is a full circle, what goes around comes around. So listen, if what goes around comes around and I'm treating myself the best with no excuses, every time I go to eat, no, I can't eat that. I don't care if I can't eat right now or if I'm fucking starving. I'm not eating that because that goes against my diet. And that's temptation. I don't need to do that. I'm good. I'm going to live. When I get to some food, I'm going to eat some potatoes or I'm going to get something. Long as it ain't got no animal nothing in it. That goes for soaps, everything. That's how you get better, bro. It starts with you. And when people start doing that, and that's not no shot to Tank, but when you start doing that, man, you're gonna be on a more relaxed plane, bro. Your spiritual level starts to rise. You start getting away from all this silliness that people be doing, tearing down your testament, your testy. Women and men both have testy, ovaries and testy. That's body. That represents the body. Your menti represents the mind. Your testament. When you pay attention to your body and your mind or your consciousness or your spirit, well, now your spirit, come on, bro. It's a covenant. And when you take care of yourself first, you take care of you. God is in everybody. And that's what I'm here to say. That's why I always start with the vegan diet. With the vegan diet, blood. I talk to people through diet because if you're willing to take care of yourself first and watch what you put in your mouth, pause. You know what I mean? Especially when you eating, bro. You gonna watch everything you do on every level. I don't even do business with. If we gonna do business together, the covenant is veganism. That's the pack. If anybody want to do business with me and make money with me, you got to be a vegan because I know you're not gonna be on no foolishness. And then I know you're gonna have so much discipline. If anything, you're not gonna break your diet. And that's how I do it. So that's why I'd rather just do business by myself. So he said, "Would and that's what I think that'll make him a pay-per-view star if he get on his diet and get on and because when listen, if he get on his diet, he can go back down to 126, being a vegan. Listen, eating meat don't give you power, bro. Because I was eating meat. I was 170 when I was fighting at 54, having the hardest weight cuts, getting tired in 3 rounds when I'm doing 10 rounds of sparring. The moment I became vegan, the tiredness stopped. All of it stopped. Everything. Now I'm walking around at 150 and I'm still hitting people harder now. I'm hitting people harder because I'm more fluid in technique. And that's why I be telling these brothers, man, and they be, man, that shit. No, I'm trying to tell you. You wake up. I'm gonna be 40 this year. I'm gonna be 40, dog. I'm gonna be 40. January, no, I'm high. July 28th, 1980. I'm gonna be 40, blood. So that's what I've been trying to tell people for the longest. I'm not really as young as a lot of people think. Linares gave Lomachenko tons of trouble in the beginning of their fight. Oh yeah, that's because Linares had problems cutting weight. That's a weight issue. That's where that comes from when you do that. Salute, King. Well, salute to you, blood. Michelle Brachard. Michelle says the fighters 40s, 50s, and 60s was so good because they all trained on their fundamentals. The fighters in that era weren't just good because they tried fundamentals. They like I said before, they didn't have what you call it, hit the like. They didn't have they didn't amateurs, they didn't come with headgears. They didn't have headgears. When you take the headgear off, it changes the style of boxing. It's a pro style now. Everything is gonna be geared to craftsmanship, catching punches, actually doing pro shit. Because there's no headgear there. So you got to watch out for headbutts. Where do you think J Rock went wrong to lose this a fight because the kid because he had skill and technique. He had been boxing. I don't from what I feel like, and I see J Rock, and that's my guy, and I don't mean this in no disrespectful way. That's for with my man, his coach. I forgot his name, Male Money Man. Shit, I forgot his name, blood. But y'all know who his coach is. I think it's Stickman. I'm not sure, but shout out to my Philly peoples. I feel like he might have. I think he had problems with the guy's power. So usually when you see people who have problems with people's power in a fight, it's because they didn't spar people with power. And that's just for me taking a guess and just really thinking about boxing and noticing, for example, Golovkin had problems with Canelo coming forward in the second fight because he sparred a lot of boxers. You know what I mean? He probably thought that Canelo was going to box again. He never thought that Canelo was going to walk him down. So when he go to sparring, he getting lighter guys. He sparring guys that's boxing, moving. And so he getting used to coming forward. Canelo sparring punchers because he's planning on coming forward. So when he get in the fight, the punches are not going to bother him as much because he is built up the punch resistance through sparring. So then when we go to a whole different fight to J-Rock, he probably wasn't sparring heavy enough guys. You have to really realize when you're looking at somebody's box record or their record to differentiate between TK difference. TKOs mean technically a person cannot deal with your technical skill. Yes, you're going to drop them, but you're not going to knock them completely out where they didn't beat the 8 count. Or they mean they were asleep or they didn't beat the when the referee is counting. If you stand up and you beat the 8 count and the referee still waved it off, that's a technical knockout. But if you didn't even beat the 8 count and you still wobbly, the referee grab you, that's a knockout. You sleep or you don't beat the 8 count, the 8 or the 10. You know what I mean? No, I'm sorry, the 10 count. You got to beat the 10 count. The 8 count is you get that. When you get knocked down and you get up, you get an 8 second. You know what I mean? Technical knockout is when a guy is giving you get knocked out. You got the 3 knockdown rule, or you get up and you wobbly, or the referee has to stop it, or the corner throw, and that's a technical knockout. A lot of guys get technical knockouts because they're very skillful. They break fighters down. Some guys like Deontay Wilder, those are knockouts. Some of them they're going to be all knockouts because either it's going to be a technical knockout or he's going to put you to sleep. So you know that he has actual power because people are not, they're getting up from the 8 count, but they so hurt they're gonna get stopped. They're gonna get knocked down again. The referee's gonna stop it. That's a technical knockout, but that's damn near a knockout because he's knocking him out from the power bruteness of the punch. You know what I mean? Understand that. So when they doing that, hold on, make sure I'm up on the questions and good. So when you're looking at the they box rec, you have to make sure that what type of power they have. Now, if they boxing and they got they knocking a lot of people out early, and you look at they box rec and they still fighting like a lot of people you don't know, a lot of people who don't have knockouts on their records, like the knockouts that I'm talking about that are come from punching people hard, not technical knockouts, not just attrition. You know what I mean? That is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. And when you look at that, this is why you have to come with boxing. You have to approach it with balance, the negative and the positive, and you have to humble yourself first. You can't just come into boxing just fuck what he got if he knocking niggas out, because then you're gonna fall a victim to what was happening. You're gonna become a victim of what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's what you don't want. You have to respect the person who you fighting and their craft and look at they skills, and you have to come to grips with what you're not good at and work on those things. And when you do that, you'll say, okay, now if he's looking at these fights, then I'm not good at this. I should work on that. And I think he's probably going to try to capitalize on that. And this is for the coaches too. The coaches fall victim to this too, working on a fighter's talents all day. That shit is stupid to me. That's why I'm going to end up being one of the best coaches. You know what I mean? Because these fighters, you come to me and you want to work with me, when I watch your tape, I'm going to know exactly what you're not good at. If you don't want to work on that, then get the hell up out my face, because I don't have time. I could do what I like to do, which is talk to my people and educate them. Don't mean it in a malicious way. Don't mean it. You know what I mean? Y'all don't be turning me into no memes on here for real. But and I'm saying that to say you gotta watch what you're doing, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta be humble. You know what I mean? And that's what Canelo did, and that's why he gets better. That's why he gets better, dog. And once you do that, you get better. So J-Rock, I think you gotta look at, okay, J-Rock knows what he's not good at, and he works on that, and I see that in his style. But when you start sparring, you gotta be bringing. I'm not saying get in there and do 10 hard rounds every day with hard punchers. I'm saying in moderation, you have to work the hard punchers in there because you know that this guy is hitting hard, man. And it is different levels of power and taking punch resistance for 12 rounds. Canelo does that. I could see it in his sparring because Kovalev is a hard puncher even when he jabbing, dog. Canelo know that. So I'm saying that to be like, man, you got to be paying attention. You just can't be just doing anything you want to do. You know what I mean? Even in sparring, you got to be humble with it. So that's what I think. That's one of the things. You know what I mean? We're not on here to bash any champions. You know what I mean? We just here to talk technically about what they did. We keeping it technical and fairness. And if anybody want to come sit on this couch in my crib, you more than welcome. Any champion want to speak their piece and talk, but we keeping it technical. Shout out to J-Rock. Your thoughts on Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis? I really don't have no thoughts about it, and I love Ryan Garcia. He's a good little Mexican brother. He's a good Mexican brother, a good fighter, but he's not on the level of Tank yet. Because Skill's been doing this. He's fought on pay-per-view numerous amounts of times. It's lightweight disrespectful to even put Ryan Garcia into Tank's pool yet, because Tank has fought on undercards of pay-per-view as co-main events. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even, that's not the same level. That's far as the money. And then far as the level of skill, Tank has over 200 wins as an amateur. I don't know how many Garcia got. They fought a lot of the same guys on the amateur level, but on the pro level, that's gonna have to wait because Tank is a different type of pro, bro. He's a really skilled, seasoned veteran type of pro. He once he get on that vegan diet, he good. But even without that, he'll be the best with that. He'll be a what you call a soup. He's a star. But how y'all look at stars and how I look at stars is different. A star or no, he'll be a legend. He'll be a GOAT. That's the difference. You could be a star, you could be a superstar, and you could be a GOAT. A GOAT is the greatest of all time. That's what you do inside and outside the ring. That's what I'm saying. So know to what I'm saying. Because Muhammad Ali is what made him a GOAT, is what he did inside and outside the ring. What makes Andre Ward a GOAT is what he does inside and outside the ring. What makes Floyd a GOAT is because even in his mistakes, what he did inside and outside the ring still makes him a GOAT because he was willing to do nonstop drug testing outside the ring. He was the first person to talk about that. You know what I mean? He brought that to the forefront. So you got to just keep 100 because nobody was talking about the type of drug testing until Floyd tried to put it on Pacquiao. I don't want to hear it. Don't start it because you will get bodied. So that's what they do. That's what I'm saying. So with them two, Ryan Garcia got to take some tougher fights with some tougher guys, go with some tougher journeymen, get in there with a real rugged puncher or a real skilled guy like a Pedraza level guy like that. You know what I mean? Who still is going on giving tough fights. You know what I mean? That's what I think. I'm going with Tank because I mean, you know what I mean? It's Tank, bro. His name is Tank, bro. Like, come on, man. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? He says, how far back is Wilder of being what he needs to be to win a fight? Now everyone is trying to bully him like he did they did Kovalev. Hold on. How far Wilder being it just depends on Wilder, bro. You know what I mean? Get back to the drawing board, do it again. I think Tyson Fury kind of lightweight did a sleight of hand and was cheating. So that's just my opinion. Like far as his skill, but like putting your hand in that part of the glove, blood. We on here keep it all the way 100. I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to do anything, but I was actually a professional boxer. I know what sleight of hand is because the hand is quicker than the eye. So I'm saying that to say when your name is the Gypsy King, you're an Irishman, you're into bare knuckle boxing. Oh, excuse me, I hit the mic. I'm a rookie with the mic. You know what I mean? But we getting it together. But I'm just saying, like, with all of those things that about Tyson blood, you got to look at that because people hide things in plain sight. So, I mean, Tyson got skill, but Wilder does too. And when I personally, me, I just would like Wilder to have fundamental defense. I don't care what type of boxer you are, the better your defense is, the less you have to worry about any type of punches, no matter what somebody's doing. You know what I mean? Even though what they're doing with their gloves does matter because in the ring you can't avoid from getting hit at least one time. There's nothing else you can. There's no way of getting out of that. You know what I mean? So hold on, let me see. Trouble. Where we at? Where we at? We at? You be dropping knowledge. Oh, thanks, blood. I really appreciate you, Darnell Kirkland. I say like blood. We say blood as in family, because niggas gonna be asking me if I'm in gangs and all that. But I live in the Bay, and that's how they talk. I'm from Akron though, but the Bay, Akron, in Ohio is kind of like two of the same areas, because they both run by the same people. You see how Ishe Smith is going at boxing ego. Yeah, man. Like I just want to explain to y'all something about me, because I was really in the streets. My little brother was in the streets. My mom was a street person. Yeah, they be just talking, and that'd be a shame, because everybody know that if you wear your hand in a certain part of the glove, like how you can get that off. There's no way that you can't say as a professional that that looks normal. You know what I mean? And you could say about Ali back in the day, but Ali and them wore horsehair gloves, and the gloves had unattached thumbs, and the horsehair gloves are more broke in. And that's the thing where boxing ego is my man, but it's different forms of gloves. And that's where he's missing my input, because I have more of a technical boxing input. Yes, boxing ego know his shit, but I know more technicalities of boxing all the way down to the science. So when Ishe Smith be saying shit like that, I can be like, come on, blood. Niggas was wearing horsehair gloves back then. If you're wearing a foam glove, there's no way you can do that, because the foam is made in an ergonomic way to your hand is in the fist to protect the fighter. Like even Floyd, even his boss and his big bro, not his big bro, but his bro Floyd know that. He wears the horsehair orthopedic style Grant, so he doesn't hurt his hand, man. We on here to keep shit 100. Like, so I'm saying that if you wear the horsehair glove, you can maneuver your hand in the glove, but that your hand don't be flapping back past this. You see that when you get taped up and my bad, I hit the mic again. When they look, I'm gonna show y'all. When they tape your hand, blood, and when you fighting professionally, like I have done and got my hands taped by professional hand wrappers, because they are professional coaches. Your wrist be locked in, because you don't want, when you land your shot, you don't want your wrist to buckle anyway, because that's how you hurt your wrist. So they be locking your shit in, and they be taping it so tight to your hand, damn near be stuck like this already. So you got to kind of work your hand, and they be in the back trying to break in the glove and tying the gloves up so the gloves can break in, because they be stiff. But now they be having horsehair gloves, you could do a little bit more. That's the kind of gloves Canelo fight in. That's how all gloves used to be. Horsehair until they start making the foam. So I'm saying that to say a man's glove don't be doing that, bro. And that's why people just be wanting to talk sometimes. So that's when you got to understand who just be talking and who just be talking. So then once you know, hey, blood, you just talking, bro. And that's what I'm not here for. Like, I know what's real, so I ain't got to be talking and saying my man Ishe did this. And I got love for Ishe. I got love for all my brothers, and no matter what creed or races you in, but I'm not here to hate on no fighter. And I used to be on boxing ego saying I want people to win just because they black. And I was the first one doing that. I was. And then when people would just be like, man, salute. Because when David Benavidez is saying they want his brother to win because he's Mexican, and that's okay. You're supposed to be for your people. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm all still, if you got skill, you got skill. So Tyson Fury, even though I feel like he had a sleight of hand and cheated, I'm still gonna say it's not like he don't got more technical skill than Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder's skill set is at a draw with Tyson Fury because Deontay's skill set is of a knockout artist. And when they fought, they came to a draw. But now that I seen how Tyson Fury had a sleight of hand with gloves, I would say he edges him because he feel like he has to do a deflate gate or a spy gate like the Patriots to stay afloat, because when you're older, bro, it's hard to keep up with a Cam Newton. These other guys, Tom Brady is 40, bro. Think about what I'm saying. Like, so you have to do other little sleight of hand things. That's all I'm saying. Listen to me or what I'm saying. But yeah, all that back and forth, that's corny. I ain't here for all that. I don't be doing all that. I don't think Ryan has a shot at Tank at all. That's foolishness. Stop it. You don't know what you're watching. That's why you think that shot is there. It's like when you think you can guard Jordan or Kobe, rest in peace, but you can't. Oh, we just talked about that. Hey, blood, don't call him an idiot. You got to remember, some people just want to talk. Just let them talk, bro. Just got out my workout. Had to catch some of the live. What's up, baby? Salute. I'm late, but can you speak on the Charlo versus Laura? What do you think? Then when people hear it, they gonna know that we not disrespectful, because we mean no disrespect. We're talking from a technical standpoint. We're not on here to, and that's what I said on my past lives, and this is where y'all be getting shit wrong at. Some of y'all bloggers, stop questioning people's manhood and their heart and all of that. Don't do that. You got to remember, some of these people's children watch this, and you don't want to do that on here. So we're not on here to do that. We on here to talk technicalities. Now, sometimes I feel that a man isn't confident in his technical skill that he can beat another man, so he would like to take time and take some fights before he get in there. Yes, but that's you have to put it that way. Just don't say, man, the nigga's scared. The niggas is scared. No, say wise, technically. Yeah, I just don't think that he's fought a couple of fights, and I don't think that he's scared, but I think he's being smart, saying he needs to do. And when you're that type of boxer to say that, man, you're more than welcome to do that. And I think boxers should say that, and that'll keep the fans and everybody in check. Don't just get out what boxers do is they get out their necks and be like, I'll fight anybody, because they think that's what they're supposed to say. I'll fight whoever they put in front of me. That's how Floyd say it. Yeah, I'm gonna fight whoever they put in front of me. I beat whoever they put in front of me. You know what I mean? Because as a fighter, you're supposed to be thinking about fighting. You let the promoters promote, you let the managers manage, you let the coaches coach. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? But far as Charlo and Laura, that'd be a good fight due to, the punishment that Laura has taken over his career, which is he's took us some punishment, some fights he's taken no punishment. You put him in there with the right fighter, is he gonna bust his damn pack? Yes, he is, because he's still Arislandi Laura, the Cuban, who been smoking. You know what I mean? But Charlo is still a young bull, and he has a lot of power, and he's very vibrant in his style. You know what I mean? It'll be a hard fight. It'll be a hard fight. Laura would definitely have to spar some guys who want to come and be punching on him. The thing with these fighters, man, I feel like when they get older, they should start bringing in other fighters that's coming up, but still is champions. This a decent size that's not gonna just overpower them to the point where they knocking their brains out, because you don't want to put two pros in there with each other sparring too many rounds, because they won't have nothing for the fight. But man, getting in there with a good, for example, when I feel like when Roberto Duran was sparring Nigel Benn, that was for Iran Barkley. You know what I mean? Or certain type of middleweights that come forward, but Nigel Benn was sparring with no headgear, but he was going hard enough, but to make Roberto Duran work. You know what I mean? Then you get a lesser guy in there, but you need that type of experienced pro in there, because he's going to make you work. And then after 4 to 5 rounds, that's it. You take them out and you start tuning down the level of sparring so that people, you can save the money, man. You know what I mean? And that's how boxing was done. And that's how boxing should be done. But these guys be scared to get in there with each other because they want to tape the sparring. They want to do this and they want to do all that. You know, some of that is not to be taped. You know what I mean? With the social media shit. Now, if you're working with a younger guy, a younger amateur, and you want to put his name out there, then yeah, you put him out there. Or you getting some good work with a pro, and y'all just doing it for fun and stay better. You tape it and you save it. And if y'all never gonna fight or y'all, you know, whatever the case is, then you can put it out there for people to talk about. You know what I mean? But just to be putting the sparring up and acting like niggas is whooping niggas, you know, because sparring and fighting is two different things. What up with Joe Breezy? The Fred guy, out of his way to pick with Andre Ward, and if you don't like Dre, you all the way out of your morals. Fred made a whole video about me, bro, about this Errol Spence, how me and Errol Spence was, and I never met dude. Like at that time, bro, it was so many people making videos about me. And at that point, my mind wasn't the same as it is now. So I was like, when I see these niggas, I'm just gonna knock them out. Cause I know they think it's a joke. They think I'm a joke. And that's when I was walking around at 170. I was stupid Diesel. You know what I mean? Fighting at 54. So I'm like, all right, bro. They think it's sweet and they don't think it's a joke. And that's just the mentality of how I was, because I was kind of still stuck in my Sahu man mentality. But now I'm like, man, I could care less, bro. I hope bro do good. But the thing is, if you're not a boxer, you have to watch what you say. What comes great power comes great responsibility. And that's why these guys' platforms just never spark, because they using them for the wrong thing and they going about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Or they start to spark and then they, you know, they taper off. I'm going to continue to apex because I'm putting the creator first. I'm always going to put the creator first. I'm always going to speak that type of knowledge into my platforms. We're not on here to hate. We're on here to keep it real and keep it technical. You know what I mean? We're not on here to just do a lot of prejudice bashing and all of that. Everybody is welcome on here to talk. If you ain't here bashing people, you just going to get blocked, because we want to keep it positive. We want to build on the positive. But Fred made videos about me, bro. And at one point I was going to knock his brains out. But now I'm like, wow, I don't even want to do that to dude. He's a good guy. And the thing is, I seen him in LA. And I came up to him and I was going to have a word with him on a one-on-one. But I was with my homie, and I can't be doing stuff when I'm with him because he's on go mode. And he from Cleveland. And I don't even gonna say his name, but I just can't do stuff with him because what? He gonna be like, what? And then he boxed too. So, and he got more experience than me. So, and dude don't even box. So that would have been a body. Like, and I don't wish that on nobody. So I wish I could have just talked to him and let him, hey, bro, you got a good platform. Do right. And then to talk to Dre is the most humble, most gentleman respect of the sport of boxing that you could. Why would you do that? That's where karma is gonna come back on you, and somebody's gonna do something to you, because there must be balance. You don't come at the God Dre like that. He made in his image. He showed you inside and outside of how you do boxing, and leave boxing with your faculties. Talk about defense. Come on, bro. To do that, that's just stupid, bro. And I done been in Dre's gym. And me and I had like little riffs, but not with Dre, but just been me saying stuff on Instagram, just giving my opinion. And sometimes your opinion is not to be given. That's to be given in private. But I didn't mean it in a malicious way. Sometimes I feel that certain people can articulate things in a corner a little bit for a certain type of fighter better. So I'm gonna say it, and I don't mean it in a no way like nobody's better than anybody. And I didn't know how to understand to articulate that back then. So my words may have sound a little brash, but I didn't mean it that way. So I do apologize for all parties. But to just be trying to do all that with Dre, bro, is stupid. And that's what you can't be doing. You just can't be doing that. And it's just not a good thing, dog. It's just not. Stop crying. Don't make me humble you. Okay, all caps by Spirit just for you, man. Just says Troy at they peaks. Who was the better fighter, Juan Manuel Marquez or Oscar De La Hoya? Woo! Joe Breezy. That's a good one. Hey, bro. Shout out to Joe Breezy. Hey, if y'all Joe Breezy, you got an Instagram, throw that in there, man, so they can follow you. That's a good question. I would say Oscar De La Hoya was in his prime when he was with Floyd Mayweather Sr. I'm sure he would say that himself because he gave Floyd the most props and he considers him the best coach he ever had. Barring his father being in his corner, not to take away nothing like that. We're not on here to disrespect nobody, that. But I'm just saying, damn, I have a lot of energy in my chest. Damn, bro. I would say Juan Manuel Marquez because he had better defense. And I will always give to the nod with the man with better defense. I would give I'm going with Juan Manuel because when I think about boxing, he boxed longer at a longer age because his defense was better. He had better defense, and that's no disrespect to Oscar. He'll hit you with a left hook, make your ass wake up and take out the trash. But Juan Manuel Marquez had that defense, blood. He had the D. He had good D. He was a very good counter puncher. And I noticed one of the things that Floyd Sr. said that Oscar couldn't fight out of the shell. So that means his counter punching wasn't all the way there. Because he didn't know how to fight with his hands in this position because he was used to fighting his hands in this position right here. So when he got right here, he could go, he can catch, but then we have to wait and then come right here and then punch. So once you come right here, you got to be able to jab from right there, uppercut from right there, and really do it. And Juan Manuel Marquez, even though he fought in this style, in the Nacho Beristain style, with the arm moving and using the jab and feinting and counter punching, I feel like he had better defense. So I'm going with him. Porter's dad almost body Fred. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, blood, you can't be talking crazy, man. Sean Porter, dad, even though sometimes I don't like the things he's saying, his antics, but he's another Ohio brother. It's all good. He made his son a millionaire. And those are the things that outweigh the bad. And that's what you have to look at. He did what's best for his children, and his children are millionaires. And when they making the right investments and doing the right thing, they can create generational wealth. So that is always outweighs everything. But the negativity of what he did, sometimes you just gotta let some people live, bro, because they don't even understand what they be saying. They just be doing it for this. And then when you let them do that and you don't pay no attention to them, they get nothing off of it. And that's where that come in at, for real. That self-reflection is powerful, bro. It is, bro. You got to reflect on yourself. I don't do social media, Troy, but appreciate the shout out. Oh, most definitely, bro. You know what I mean? It says salute, bro. It was a good question, but I will always go with the man, no matter the size of the man, and according to how he fight, how his defense is, because defense, no matter what weight class you're in, just gonna show in longevity. Whether you start out as a heavyweight and you can't go up, you can only go down in weight. But usually heavyweights don't go down. You know what I mean? Except for Chris Bird, when he went from heavyweight to light heavyweight and fought a dude from Philly, Yusuf Mack. The thing is, no matter what you do, you gotta have defense. And that's how you have longevity in the sport. As one of the GOATs, Floyd, would say, or TBE, you gotta have defense. It's not about it's about not coming in last, it's how long you last. You know what I mean? You wanna last. You don't want to be taking shots. It says, Troy, who's the best that turned defense to offense out of the Philly shell shoulder roll? I think it's James Toney. The best to turn the defense out of offense in the Philly shell shoulder roll would be. Do I only have to pick one? Do I only have to pick one? Can I pick like the best people? Or can I, you know what I mean? Cool. Do I gotta pick one? Do I gotta pick one? That's the thing. How many I gotta pick? Hit the likes. How many I gotta pick? I'm about to end the live soon. Do I gotta pick one? No, not pick whoever. Can I pick more than one, or do I gotta just only choose one? Cause that make me really think about it. Like if I choose one, I'm gonna have to explain the reasons of my choice. But if I can pick, I could explain the reasons why I'm picking multiple guys. Because everybody who fought in the Philly shell understand the shell. So they're gonna be on the same level. They're gonna be on the same level of counter punches because when you understand the Philly shell, you understand how to use it in offense and how to use it off the offense and the defense. You know what I mean? Who first and foremost, the first Philly shell. And I know a lot of Philly guys, and they be like, Floyd don't do the Philly shell. Yes, he does. You know what I mean? By way of how George Benton used to do it. The shell can look. The shell is the thing is, George Benton fought primarily in the shell because he invented the Philly shell. Georgie Benton. And Al Mitchell. Shout out to Al Mitchell. I think that's his name. Al Mitchell. I haven't watched boxing in so long. I watch interviews because I've just been getting my mind right. But that's a bar right there. You gotta listen. Mind right. Georgie Benton was the best at it first because he invented it, and before anybody who knew what it was, he was doing it, and he will only fight out of the shell. He wouldn't come out like this, and then once he kind of like gather his distance, then no, he came out strictly like this, with the hand down on the side, flicking the jab, catching with the shoulder, rolling, throwing uppercuts, hooking off the jab. He had the whole package, you know what I mean, with your shell. Then James Toney and Floyd is, one and the same because James Toney can go here, he can go in the shell. And when they came out of the shell, when you know how to use the shell, moves are going to come out of the shell. Some of the same moves, no matter whether you right-handed or left-handed. When you catch a punch, you're going to know to come either here, or around. You know what I mean? Or you can catch and just chill and flick the jab off of it. But usually when you catch in the shell, you're going to hop, bang. That's the whole point of catching. Hop, come up under. Or you're going to be catching a jab, I'm shooting over the top, or catching, shooting up under, or catching and shooting the jab off of it. And then when you catching a hook on the shell, you're going to be catching it, bang, and then shooting straight down because the hook going to come, you shoot straight down the pipe. Or you're going to catch the hook, come with your hook and throw a right hand off of it. Or you're going to catch the hook, come underneath. And that's why I'm saying it don't matter who used the shell. Once Georgie Benton showed everybody how to use it and just how boxing worked, period, all the moves in the shell, if you really know how to use it, is gonna be the same. And then that's when you're gonna see people catching, coming back with the right, coming back with the uppy to the body. And that's who you're gonna see who really know how to use the shell and who don't. Because then when they get hit hard, they're not gonna come out the shell. See, the thing is with Adrian Broner, he know how to use the shell on shorter fighters who kind of don't have the power. Because when he get hard, it's like bang, oh shit, I got caught. That's because he only primarily be here with the shell. The shell is not just here. You got to squat down. You got to know how to come here. You got to know how to roll your shoulder to the other way and come to the other side and dig under and come back over. You got to know how to. The shell is using the shoulders to block. And once you know how to use both shoulders to block both sides of the chin, here, and boom, and because sometimes your hands might be down and somebody might try to throw a shot over the top, and then you might just have to go like this, and then it'll kick over, and then you going right here, and that's a lot. That's what I be talking about. That's goes back to all the way I was talking about at the beginning. Fighters don't know how to do those type of things against all craft, not just a lesser craft or just a lesser harder puncher. It don't matter. When Canelo do his moves, you punch and bang, he rolled a punch. It don't matter who you is. And he rolling up under, he catching punches. Canelo, Floyd, they doing all they moves that they doing, no matter who they in there with, because that's a part of the fundamental craftsmanship of boxing. You know what I mean? So that's the answer for the shell, if I answered it correctly. Zab Judah versus Oscar at 140. Oscar, he was too big for real. Too big. And he had more amateur experience. I think it's a better fight at 168 because they both would be comfortable, but it's gonna be the same fight. Because you gotta understand, Kovalev, I feel, is a better boxer than Triple G. And because he got a better jab and he uses his jab a little bit better. Triple G only used one type of jab and he don't jab it to the body. He just jab it to the head primarily and back up. He don't switch it up. He don't move his head. Kovalev be kicking the jab at different rhythms. Sticking it to the body and fainting it and shitting. And he got more boxing aptitude. So I would say that Canelo at 68 is gonna be even better. He just gonna walk him down and he just has better skill at this stage, bro. And he's always had better skill. And he could take a better shot and he got better inside work. So it's just gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same, dog. He might even stop him. Because Triple G still ain't fighting nobody. And I told y'all that. I told you that. Triple G has still fought anyone. He ain't really fighting nobody. Don't nobody want to fight my man Boo Boo. That's why. Don't nobody really want to fight Boo Boo. I thought an Italian boxer created the shell shoulder. Hey, bro. Who said that? Hey, no, bro. But nobody from any other creed invented anything in boxing. I just want you to know that. It's called boxing. That means it's 3 dimensions in boxing. And whoever built the pyramids, them was it was the Egyptians or the Comatians and the blacks, them was who created boxing. Because in order to build a pyramid in the 3-dimensional form, that means you had the knowledge, the best at boxing. So I'm saying that to say Georgie Benton, a black man, invented the Philly shell, bro. That's what I'm here to say. And I don't mean that to downplay nobody's creed or race, but that's just facts, bro. It's just facts. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it that way, but you got to understand by way of knowledge and how things work. You know what I mean? Boxing. It's called boxing, not squaring. Georgie Benton did it, not an Italian. And if you know about Italy, the Moors ruled Italy for years, and those were the Moors from Morocco, from West Africa, and then they were ruled at least by 11 kings before that. And at one time, Europe was completely dark, carbon, like me. You know what I mean? I will start. I don't want to be putting up pictures up here, but you got to do the history, bro. Gotta do the history. You gotta know the history. These are facts. You gotta know history, bro. The original people in all the lands were of darker creed. You know what I mean? Gotta know that. Because it's pyramids on them lands. It's pyramid on every land mass in the world. And that means that shows ownership of a land. And that means everybody who helped build the pyramids, they had the knowledge too, but we was the knowledge who gave them. We taught people how to build pyramids. That's the thing. We taught people how to. They wasn't our slaves or nothing like that. That doesn't work like that. It's a solar system. It's the blacker the berry, the sweeter. Now I don't mean that to diss in nobody's other creed or culture or ethnicity, but we're in the first system that the world is in is a solar system. Gotta know that. That's facts. And my skin, my carbon absorbs the sun the most, and that's just real. So I'm saying that to say three-dimensional boxing, bro, was Georgie Benton. You know what I mean? Shout out to the guy Georgie Benton for putting the Philly shell on the map. Everybody give Georgie Benton some clapping hands down there. Give him his flowers. Give him his vibes through the media, through the social. You know what I mean? What else? Gary Russell and Tank. Let me see what it say. Canelo can fight in all ranges. Yes, he can, but he has a problem when somebody can match his aptitude in range and they're faster. That's what gives Canelo a problem. That's why he lost to Floyd. He has every skill Floyd has, but when somebody has every skill Floyd has, if your skills you can do at a faster pace or a faster mental pace and physical pace, then you're gonna win. So just say you're equal to everything, but I'm faster than you. That means I'm gonna beat you because that means I'm faster than you mentally at first, spiritually, because mental you can't see. So that's of the spirit. So that means I'm faster than you spiritually first, and that's gonna carry over to my physical. So even when you think of a move, I've already thought it. I'm gonna do it and be out the way. And that's how Floyd was beating him because he's just physically faster. He's physically, mentally faster than Canelo. He knows, bro, and that's why. So when he do a move, he knows what moves Canelo are gonna do. Because Floyd was 23 years old before. Canelo wasn't 36. You know what I mean? And Floyd has done it on that level so many times. And that's why he beat him. Yes, Canelo can slip, he can move, he can turn, he can catch punches, he can shoulder roll, he can do everything. But Floyd can do it mentally and physically faster. Spiritually is mental. Remember, you can't say, man, I could see him thinking in there. You actually can't. But you know he's thinking because he's showing you through his physical acts. He's fainting. And then when the guy fainting go down, he hook him upstairs. That means he's thinking. He's setting up moves, but you didn't see that. But you can see it through physicalities, showing it. But you have to understand boxing. And when you understand why Canelo's fainting a certain way or why Floyd's jabbing to the body, you'll understand why those people can't beat those fighters. You know what I'm saying? And why they wouldn't give some fighters that y'all say can beat Canelo any type of problems. Because he's mentally faster. First, Tank and Gary Russell. Tank. I'm going with Tank. Because they both left-handed. They both got skill, but Tank be punching. Really punching harder, bro. Really punching harder. You know what I mean? Winky versus Vernon Forrest at 154. Woo! Who is that's Joe Breezy? Hey, bro. Golly. Woo-wee. I'm going with Vernon Forrest because he was an Olympian. And even though Winky Wright had mad skills, high guard, left hand, good D, deflecting all punches with the peekaboo high guard style, I gotta go with what's his name? I gotta go with Vernon Forrest because he was on the Olympic team with Floyd in '96, so that means his skill set was better than the people kind of in that class era. You know what I'm saying? Because he went to the Olympics. You know what I mean? So he had even though it's certain little politics, and I do get that, but he went to the Olympics. That means his creed was a little bit better. So I'm gonna go with Vernon Forrest, because he had a, a better amateur pedigree, and they both was good pros. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Vernon Forrest. Don't mean no disrespect to my man Wink and Vernon. Two hands put together makes a great sound. Yes, sir. I believe you in speed, but I would say timing would eclipse speed, aka Marquez versus Pacquiao. Yeah, I know, but you asked about who in a prime was better, and I'm saying Marquez. And when we talking about speed, Floyd has the best timing and the best speed. So it's going to be hard to beat him. Yes, Canelo is fast, he does hit hard, but timing is of thought. That's how you time somebody. You have to know how to time somebody. Timing is of thought. So when you can say, I'm doing this move, as soon as you do it, I'm a timing. You already beating him in time because you're thinking ahead of him. The fuck? Oh my God. I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. I'm gonna be the GOAT. This is where people are gonna come from for years and multitudes to learn about boxing. So I'm gonna say it again. This is why what you're saying and what I'm saying is different. And I know you misunderstood what I was saying because it's a lot to take in. Pause. I'm saying you said you believe in speed. Yes, you do believe in speed, but timing beats speed. But in the case of Floyd Mayweather, he's faster than 90%, 95, 6%, and he has better timing than 100%. So even he don't have to use his speed. And that's what y'all don't understand. This is why Floyd usurps Amir Khan, because even though Amir is fast and throws a lot of punches, and he always say, I think that'll give Floyd problems, but Floyd has seen that before, my brethren. And the thing is, if you don't have the right thought process, you're not going to beat Floyd. If you're thinking you're just going to throw mad punches and beat Floyd, that's the wrong thought off rip. And he's already thinking ahead of you, so he's going to time you in the physical. That's why he be timing people. He know when he throw this jab about to antagonize you and it's popping your head back because you can't stop it, and he constantly jabbing you to the stomach stiff as hell. You're going to get desperate and you're going to do something, and therefore he's going to time you. He's going to time you because he's already thought ahead of you. That's what timing is. Timing is of thought. You think ahead of somebody so that you have their timing. You know, bam, there you go. I know he was going to do that. That's thinking ahead. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These fighters, some of the things that they can't do, they're not thinking. It's a thinking person's sport. It's a thinking man's sport and a thinking womb man's sport. You have to understand that. It's a thinking person's sport. And thinking means spiritual. You have to understand what thinking is. Thinking is of the spiritual. It's not because you can't see think. To see think, you have to see somebody act it out in the physical. So that means they're using something that you can't see. That's why they say it's the things that you don't see that makes people a champion, because they're thinking ahead of everybody else, bro. They're doing things that you're, damn, how did he do that? Damn, his timing, bro. His aptitude is mental. That's why everything about boxing is all about mental, spiritual. This is why you can't be having sex for no reason while you fighting. This is why you need to be a vegan. This is why you need to have discipline. You need to be, if you need to be secluded, because that's what you do to get yourself in the mood. But if you need to be around your people and you can still be like Dre, because you can still find balance in that, and you want to be around your family because that uplifts you, then you do that. You see what I'm saying? You got to have balance in your training, and you got to know what to do. You have to be humble and study, bro. It's just really that simple. So it's the things you don't see to make people better. The confidence, the studying, the mental aptitude. Those things are spiritual. first. That ain't have nothing. Yeah, people think mental is physical. It's not really, because you can't. Physical is objective. You can see it. You can see. You can. If I punch you in the mouth, you can see that. If I lift 200-pound, 100-pound dumbbells like that, you can see that. You know what I mean? The things you don't see is of the spirit. It's of the atum. You know what I mean? You don't see it. You can't see it. You can't see an atom. You can't see an atom, bro. You can't. You can't see an atom. You know what I mean? So is the atom physical or is it spiritual? Is the atom physical or it's spiritual? It's spiritual, bro. It's spiritual. That's why the head creator is conceptualized in Kemetic culture as atum, because when you break everything down to the nitty grit of everything, even past the cell, you get a atum and you can't see it. That means it's not of a physical thing. But when people can't understand that, they want to say, no, it has to be physical. So they create, my bad, I'm hitting the mic. They pause. They want to put, like, when certain like Greek philosophers come into study into something that they can't understand, it has to be physical for them. So they have to put a physical conceptualization on it when it was never to be conceptualized in the physical. You know what I mean? Yes, you can learn an atom is like this and it looks like this, and that's okay. And they probably do have devices where you can see them, but if you can't see it with your physical eye, it's a spiritual thing, period. You know what I mean? And that's not even to make it weird. That's just the spirits. Some people can't see spirits, some people can. You know what I mean? So that's just not even to make it weird. You know what I mean? But man, that's it for the live today. When you ain't here, y'all didn't talk to me till the setting of the sun. You know what I mean? I gotta get into my reading. You know what I mean? One, thanks for the live. Thanks for all donations. You know what I mean? Hit me up on my IG. Take a look. I'm gonna be going live all the time. I got the mic. It's about to be looking different because I'm gonna have a camera so y'all can see more of the room. It's gonna be good, man. Peace, one, love. I don't even know how to. Oh, we ending it right here. Bam.